We broke the news this morning that two more people have been charged in the Liam Payne case, and we have to talk about it. Now, La Nación is also reporting the same news. Let's get into this. The courts have charged the receptionist and the hotel manager, and there are five suspects in the death of Liam Payne. Now we have five. Almost 2 months after the case, the judge, Laura Bernard, requested that the businessman Rogelio Nores, waiter Brian Baez, and the hotel employee Ezequiel Pereira be summoned for questioning. The Liam Payne case has made new progress after it was announced that there were two other defendants and that the other three accused were called to testify. The former One Direction singer, band member Liam Payne died October 16th after falling from the third floor of the CASASUR Hotel Palermo, where he was staying. An autopsy revealed that he died from the fall and he had a mixture of alcohol, cocaine, and an antidepressant in his system. Now, to be quite clear, and we talked about the way in which the news was being delivered, my concerns about the way the news is being delivered, sharing your guys' perspective about the way the news is being delivered. um, I still have a lot of questions about his death, especially with this questionable 911 call. In my opinion, it's been my theory that Liam Payne died before the 911 call, at least before the second 911 call. Even if Liam Payne had the mixture of alcohol, cocaine, and this antidepressant, it wasn't what killed him. He didn't overdose. So for me, the fact that they keep putting this in the forefront of the news, it doesn't really sway my opinion that I feel like Liam Payne's death is very questionable. Almost 2 months after the case, Judge Laura Bernard requested that the businessman Rogelio Nores, waiter Brian Baez, and hotel employee Ezequiel Pereira be summoned for questioning. Now, Rogelio Nores, Payne's friend and manager, is charged with abandonment of a person followed by death and supplying drugs. The latter charge also applies to Paez and Pereira. The five inquiries will be carried out next week, according to judicial sources revealed to La Nacion. And this is going to be done by Zoom call. So I think we said in the other article is that they were going to be doing Zoom calls and Zoom statements on the 17th and 18th, so sometime next week. In addition, the magistrate also adds two new charges. They're charging Esteban Reynaldo Graci. Esteban Reynaldo Graci is the one with the 911 call. We've played that, analyzed it, dissected. Make sure you check out those videos because they're very interesting. And the head of security hotel and the head of security who was at the reception at the time of his death, Gilda Martin, manager of CASASUR. Now, Esteban Reynaldo Graci is the head of security at the hotel who was at the reception at the time of Liam's death. And they're also charging Gilda Martin, the manager of Casa Sur, who we've seen in pictures that have been dropped. Now, I don't believe the charges have been officially disclosed, but we know that Esteban Graci is accused of calling the emergency services 7 minutes before the final incident. Okay. And then last week, it was revealed that Liam Payne's dad sent to the Argentinian courts an email that the singer's neuropsychiatrist sent to Notice, in which she expressed that she could not continue to treat him and that mixing alcohol with antidepressants could be fatal. The email was dated weeks before Payne's death, which shows that the former One Direction member was not supported in his treatment by the environment he had in the country. And again, this is developing news. We read the Infobay article earlier, and I'm going to add some bits and pieces here on this video. Okay. There's a lot of inconsistencies with how his injuries are being reported. The prostitutes that were in his room, allegedly, they said that he got destructive and he started punching the TV. But yet he has no wounds from that. Like somebody punches a TV, you're gonna get your arm is gonna hurt. Okay, you're gonna have cuts, you're gonna have blood, you're gonna have all kinds of things. Okay, so now we have two more people that have been questioned and charged in the death of Liam Payne. I personally feel like this man was murdered, that Liam Payne was murdered. I personally feel like he died before he landed, okay, in this concrete floor. All right, that is my belief. And I try to be like, I know that we can go into different levels of, different theories and whatnot, but they have not shown us enough. They haven't shown me enough to believe otherwise. And that's the struggle with me. Suspects in Liam Payne's death summoned for questioning two new defendants. Judge Laura Bernard ordered that Rogelio Nores and the waiter and the employee of Casa Sur Hotel suspected of supplying the former One Direction singer with cocaine to be summoned. She also accused the head of security and the manager who were present on the day of the death. So now we got two people. I need to know what you guys think about just everything that has happened. Where do you guys stand with this? In this video, I added, a little introduction to what La Nacion is saying, other information that's coming about the situation, and then the live earlier of where we broke the news. I'm glad that the hotel is also being charged and there are people there, but a lot of this is still not making sense. And one of my frustrations, and I've shared it before, I shared it earlier, is that we don't have enough information. We have bits and pieces of information. We have speculation, a lot of that, right? Because we're speculating a lot. We have Brian Baez doing interviews and dropping hints here and there, but we know that we can't trust everything that he says. None of this is making sense as far as this case, and we don't have anything like from a government official. We don't have a police report. We knew that there was a wedding party around that time, and even the number of guests, that like it doesn't look like it's busy in these photos. So there's a lot of questions that we have. And what about Kate Cassidy? Kate Cassidy, has she been interviewed? Did she have to turn in her phones? Because articles are reporting that people's phones were seized. Infobay reported that in the new judicial decision to move forward with this case, that the judge required the city police to continue with the examination of nearly 20 devices that had been seized. Okay. And some of these devices are Rogelio Nores's, Brian Baez, and Ezequiel Pereira. But what about Kate Cassidy? Like, I'm just thinking, doesn't she also get to be investigated too? Or does she just get to leave and then she's out of here and I'm out of here? You know what I mean? Like, what is that all about? I have a lot of questions about this whole situation, and we're going to continue to talk about it. The fans have gathered together and posted, photos, and have been posting photos on social media, imploring the judge, basically saying, "We demand justice, Judge Laura Bernard. We demand justice for Liam. We are watching. The world is watching you." So they are getting very vocal on social media, which I think is fantastic because that's what you should be doing, right? In such a case. My hope is that these are not the only individuals that are charged. I need to understand Kate Cassidy's role with this. Yeah, she left. She showed her ticket, right, when she left. How convenient. But was her phone checked? Was she interviewed? Maybe I'm behind that. Maybe you guys can tell me. Was Kate Cassidy interviewed? Was she being looked at all? I was sharing earlier in the live that Kate Cassidy was like, ET News posted this, that she was sharing her final photos with Liam Payne hours before his death. She was sharing this photo, I guess, of, her and Liam Payne hours before he died. But I just have a lot of questions because there's been a lot that's been said about her, like when she left. I am not like, if she had to leave to go feed the dogs or, tend to her business in America or in the United States, I get it. Like, that's not what this is about. But to me, I'm not, I don't care about this. I want to know if she's being cooperative with the investigation. I want to know if her phones have been checked. I want to know if she's been interviewed. I want to know if she's been looked at, because the way I see it is like, this right here just seems to me like she's sharing a moment with people, but there's a lot of questions that are so unanswered. And I don't know, it just doesn't sit well with me. It was also said that she had left Liam Payne without any luggage or money and stuff like that. I'm not really sure about that, but y'all let me know. And I've been going fairly easy, but I just, when she posted this, is she posting this in a way to kind of convince the audience that this was love, they were in love, what was going on? Um, a lot of it is not making sense. I just have a lot of questions. And it looks like the fan base also have like a really good insight in the relationship as well, that some of us might have not. So we will continue talking about this case. I mean, I think this is great breaking news that there's more charges, but at the end of the day, will we receive more? Will we get a clear picture of what happened? And are people going to get away with this? Like Rogelio Nores, like others. It's a massive cover up. Y'all let me know your thoughts in the comments. I'll see you guys. Bye bye.